I'm not going to talk about it anymore because people are probably tired of me talking about fantasy books. Unless you're a fantasy lover and you're like, Keira, this is the best thing ever for you, then thank you. Hello everybody, it's Keira. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are doing, as you saw by the title, a halfway through the year check-in. I can't believe that it's June. It's pretty much halfway through June when I'm posting this. I'm gonna be talking about my best books and worst books of the year so far, authors that I'm loving, current genres, some obsessions of mine that are bookish related at the moment, and my goals for the rest of the year. So if you're not following all my socials, they're down below. All of my Goodreads and my Amazon wishlist if you want to check that out. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That'll be down below as well. And let's just get right into it. I am very excited. I'm gonna start with the best books of 2023 for me, at least. So far, these are just my opinions. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, do not come from me. I have a lot of favorite books, and I kind of just put some of them in here. These first two books are like, here you talk about these all the time. I do. I'm gonna talk about them again. First book is Twisted Games. I mean, this is just the best book ever. I did finish a series this year, and Twisted Lies was also a 5-star for me, but it wasn't like Twisted Games 5 stars, so that's why I'm only putting this one in. But this is about Bridget and Ree's bodyguard, princess, forbidden romance type situation. It's just so good, and you just have to read it. This has changed my life. One of the best books I've read so far in 2023. Second book, if you're not new to my channel, then this is not surprising. Lotus, Jennifer Hartman. It's kind of like Archer's Voice, which is one of my favorite books of all time, just a little different. It's about a man who got kidnapped when he was younger. Oliver, he ends up escaping, comes back into Sydney, his childhood best friend's life, and because he was held captive for so long, has to readapt to the world. This book was just so emotional. The mystery aspect, I will never stop recommending this book. Next one is a recent love, and it's Juniper Hill by Devney Perry. This is the second book in the Eden series. I love this series. I just love Devney Perry in general. I can see why it's everybody's favorite in the series. It's about Memphis and Knox. Knox is one of the Eden children. He's a cook at their family inn, and then Memphis comes in from New York. She's a single mom. She is a housekeeper at the inn. She basically has to stay in Knox's apartment that's above his garage, and then their romance just blossoms from there. I mean, I want to say it's incredible, but I could say it's incredible for every one of these books because it's just incredible. I have found a love for fantasy. These next two books are just fantasy books that I'm obsessed with. First one is a second book in the series, and it's literally the love of my life. Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. Second book in the ACOTAR series. This world, these characters, the found family, I can't even get over it. I can't get over it. And this book was just perfection. Just take my word for it that it's good. Take my word for it. It's good. This next book wasn't a 5-star, but it was close to it. And this is also a recent obsession, and it's Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson, with another kind of fantasy-ish-esque book. I read this last month, so if you want to check out my wrap-up, it'll be up there. And I actually have the second book on my TBR for this month. I gave this a 4.5 stars just because I'm waiting to see if the second book can top it, you know what I'm saying? So if it doesn't, then this will be bumped up to a 5 stars because I'm literally obsessed. It's enemies to lovers, just fantasy, kind of adventurous. Can't believe I put off this series for so long. Obsessed and cannot wait to read the second book. These are some of my favorite books this year. I definitely have a lot more that I could talk about, but we don't want this video to be an hour long, so this is what you're getting for now. All right, the next kind of topic thing are, I don't want to consider the worst books of the year because I feel like that's a little harsh, they're just books that were not my favorite. And again, this is my opinion, so if you like these books, like honestly, love this for you. They just weren't for me. First book I have is After by Anna Todd. I ate these movies up on Netflix like when I was in like 8th grade, maybe like freshman, sophomore year. I rewatched them before reading this book. I don't know why. I don't know why I ate them up, because the movies are not good. The book is even worse. This book is like a 2-star. Me, I just don't like that it was like a Wattpad book. It just feels like everything's so jumbled. I don't know if it's like the toxicity of the relationship, but this was just not good. It was just not good. Okay, next up, I feel really bad about this, and I'm gonna like specify some things. So I've read a couple books by this author this year, and I just don't like any of them. They just sit as like the worst books that I've ever read, and I feel so bad for saying it, but I just don't think her writing style is necessarily for me. That's any book by Keiralynnw. I don't know if that's how you pronounce this author's name, but just, I don't even know how many books I've tried to read by her now, 2 or 3, and just every single one of them I give like a 2-star. They don't work out for me. So those are some of the worst books that I've read this year. I have other books on my TBR by this author, and don't know if it's me that can't connect to her books or if I'm reading the wrong kind of books. I don't know. Not the best books I've ever read in my lifetime. This next book I'm not going to talk about pretty much at all. I'm just going to show it. I'm going to be like, this is the book, and then I'm going to stop talking about it because I don't want to talk about it any more than I have to. Twisted Hate. That is it. This is probably one of the worst books I've read this year. I'm going to leave it at that. Next up, I have another book by a popular author. Not for this book, but for another book. I read Dirty Curve by Megan Brandy, which is a baseball romance. Brandy is the author of Say You Swear, which is like a really, really popular football romance. Not good. Not good. I think I give it a 2-star. It just, something about it. I didn't like the writing. The storyline was like, you know, intriguing enough, but the execution of it was just not great. I'm kind of scared to read Say You Swear just in case it's written like Dirty Curve was, because then I will just go into it not on a good foot. Do not recommend that book. The third book came out recently and everybody was raving about it, and I just decided that the second one was intriguing enough. I don't know why. It's Those Three Little Words by Megan Quinn. It's part of a hockey series. I think it was one of the worst books because of the tropes. I still read it knowing that I don't like the trope, so it's kind of my fault. This was so cringy. The writing style was not great. I found the girl main character to be really annoying. It was not a good book. And that's all I'm going to talk about it. Again, those are just some of the books that I've read this year that I didn't like. And they might be like your favorite book in the entire world, which is fine. Love that for you, but they just weren't for me. Alright, next up, I'm just going to be talking about a few authors that I've become obsessed with and I'm really loving at the moment. Some of these authors I have already loved, but my obsession and love for them has grown the more books that I've read about them this year. One of them being Lucy Score, who has written Things We Never Got Over, you know, By a Thread, Things We Hide from the Light. You know, if you know Lucy Score, she's written those books. I still love her. Can't wait to read her backlist, but also just the new releases that she's coming out with this year. Definitely go read books by her. There's just something about her writing and her male characters and her small towny romance feels that is just so good, and a lot of people love her. Next author I have is Devoney Perry. My first books by her this year, which was The Birthday List and Letters to Molly. All-time favorite book series. Obviously the Eden series that she has, that she's still coming out with. I love her writing style. Her books are so beautifully written. She's just an amazing author. And if you have not picked up a book by her, definitely pick up a book by her. All-time favorite author status is what she is. Obviously, in my fantasy era, Sarah J. Maas of the ACOTAR series. I'm trying to hold myself back from finishing the ACOTAR series, but I also just want to read her other books because I've heard the Throne of Glass series, I think it's called, and then her new series, Crescent City or something rather, the ones of the books that are like really chunky are just also so good. The Throne of Glass series is a little bit intimidating, and I just want to jump right into the Crescent City universe, but I think that because they're all interconnected, it's better if I read that series, but I have to think about it because I'm not sure if I want to commit to that series. Love Miss Sarah J. Maas. Excited to continue to read books by her. Hopefully pick up other series by her because I've heard nothing but good things. Next up we have Tahara Mafi, which if you don't know is the author of the Shadow Me series. I think I have like 2 or 3 plus like a couple novellas left of the Shadow Me series. I'm kind of sad. She has some other series that she's coming out with. I don't remember what it's called. The first book is like This Woven Kingdom. Definitely open to picking up that series next because her writing style is just amazing. It's so poetic, so easy to get through, just keeps you hooked. That's all I can say. Those are my authors that I'm loving right now. I'm sure as the year goes on, love will grow and there will be more authors on the list. I will quickly talk about my favorite genres at the moment. They're pretty self-explanatory, but fantasy and romance. In my fantasy era, honestly, all I want to read lately is fantasy. Like I said, I am making it through the Shatter Me series. This is book 5. Just finished To Kill the Kingdom. 4 stars. Honestly, the romance was probably about this much of the book. No, maybe more. Probably this much of the book. A lot of action, a lot of tension, kind of enemies to lovers type vibe. It was just good. I heard about this from Rachel Catherine here on YouTube, so I decided to give it a chance. Solid book. All right, next up, I'm just gonna talk about some bookish obsessions that I have. First up, I have making my own bookmarks, which is so incredibly random. If you don't really care, you can skip over, but I have this one. Summery vibes, just flowers. It's white. This was like my first one I made, so it's not like my favorite. I have this one that I made for like the month of February because it was like hearts and stuff. I'm currently using this one at the moment because I sadly lost my one that was a stack of books. I made one that was a stack of books and I lost it at work. I'm very devastated about it. Then I have a Snow White one. If you did not know this, my favorite Disney princess growing up was Snow White because we had the same last name. Children theories, they make perfect sense. I made a Snow White one. It was only fitting. And then this one is part of a little collection that I'm making. I made an ACOTAR one. I'm gonna make them for every single book. I'm currently making one for A Court of Mist and Fury, which is my favorite book, so I'm very excited to make that. But yes, I'm gonna use them when I do my rereads for ACOTAR. All these patterns are just the cutest thing ever, and they just match the books, so that's currently what I'm doing with my free time when I'm not reading, is making bookmarks for my books. Another obsession is my Kindle. If you did not know, I got a Kindle. I did a video of me unboxing it and everything like that, so feel free to check it out. It'll be linked up there. Yeah, I have Kindle Unlimited. I read books so much faster on here. It's easier to read in bed. I love this damn thing. It's so worth the money if you are able to get it. If I can't get it from the library, then I would read it on here before physically buying it, just in case I don't like the book. It'll save me some money in that regards. And then lastly has something to do with my sweatshirt. So if you've been staring at it the entire video, you're like, Keira, what is that? It's the Bat Boys. This is from ACOTAR. It says Azriel, Rhysand, and Cassian. I got this from Threaded by Sabrina on Instagram, and I think she's on TikTok too. I'm just gonna flat out say it that I have 5 sweatshirts currently and 2 more coming in the mail. So I'm just gonna quickly show you them. Please check her out and support her business because these crew necks are my new obsession. I love them. They're so comfy, they're so cute, and you need to buy them. You need to join the Bookish merch club. I just read Flawless. It'll be my wrap up. I got the Chestnut Springs one. I got these all in a medium for them to be oversized on me. I'm a very small person, so mediums are oversized on me. It says Chestnut Springs, established 2022. It's in like this pinkish color. Love her. Very excited to wear this. Then I got Wednesday's Coffee, Stanford, California. This is from the Love Hypothesis. Just thought the gray color was cute. I loved the pink with the coffee and everything. If you don't know, the two main characters have coffee on Wednesdays for their fake dating. My friend will hopefully get a matching one so we can match because she likes that book. But yes, love this one. I have this white one. I'm not gonna pull it all the way out. It just says Romance Reader Book Club because I am part of the Romance Reader Book Club. I think it's so cute. Gives off the little sweet romancy vibes. And then the first one that I bought is also an ACOTAR one of my favorite ones. I wear it all the time. It's for Valerius. City of Starlight, to the stars who listen. This, I'm obsessed with this. I wear it all the time. It's so cute. It's like my favorite thing. I love ACOTAR and I just want everybody to know that I'm in love with ACOTAR. So the way to do that is buy sweatshirts for ACOTAR. Again, threaded by Sabrina on Instagram. It's her Etsy shop. I will try to link it down below if you want to buy some stuff. Please support her. I love her. She's like the nicest person ever, and I will be buying every single one of my favorite book sweatshirts off of her. I'm sure this video is already really long, but I'm just gonna be talking about some goals that I have for the rest of the year. Bookish goals, obviously. One, obviously, to finish my reading goal, which is 100 books. I'm already at 60 something, which is a lot for being halfway through the year. Probably hit that at some point in the next few months. Another one is to grow Instagram, my book stuff. If you don't follow it, it'll be down below, but the community over there is so great. I've made so many new friends on there. Everybody is so incredibly nice. It's just such a welcoming and positive community. I also hope to grow my booktube, which I didn't mention this yet, but thank you guys for 200 subscribers. I can't believe people actually want to hear me talk about books for 20 minutes every week. Love you all so much. Truly. Not subscribed, feel free to subscribe down below. My last one is probably one that everybody thinks is stupid, but I'm gonna put it on here anyway, and that is letting myself DNF a book. I have a problem where I can't DNF a book. I force myself to finish it. I think a goal of mine is that I'm really just not loving it, then I am not going to hold myself to finish the book. That's gonna be a goal of mine, to start DNFing books if they really deserve it. Anyway, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed me just talking about all things books halfway through the year. I can't believe we're halfway through the year, 6 months in. I'm very proud and excited about where I am at the moment with all bookish related things. Follow all my socials to keep up with me throughout the week if you want to. It'll be all linked down below along with my Goodreads and my Amazon wishlist if you want to. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!